Mark did some modification to the snowblower in hopes of catching more snow and throwing it further. So I video recorded him earlier when he did this section. So I'm gonna see if I could record him and see if we can compare the two. Get that, yeah, see if it works. Hopefully it does, because we got a lot of snow to move today. It's actually pretty warm outside, so the snow is really sticky, and it's supposed to be like 36 degrees. However, we want to get the snow down to the aggregate, because what happened last time is we had a little bit of snow and our driveway literally turned into a huge ice rink. And when I had to go to work, my Suburban did like pirouettes all the way down the driveway. It was pretty scary. I'll show you a picture of it, because I had to have Mark take me to work, and and I was like 30 minutes late because he kept spinning into a ditch. He probably did that 3 or 4 times before we got down the driveway. And we had to pull out the neighbor too. So anyways, lots of stuff going on today, but we're gonna make everyone safe.
Are you gonna come with me?
No, I'm gonna walk a little bit.
It's gonna be a long process.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take that stuff and throw it over.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you. Yeah, you better run. Oh, that's throwing a lot better. There's still a lot of work that it could have, but at some point I think I just need to probably order a new impeller and fix that up a little bit that way, and it would be amazingly different. That's already way, way better.
Well, I think you got something in your thing, so stop it real quick.
Don't put your hand in there until it's completely stopped.
Okay, are you? I think that was it. It's just making a noise. It got me nervous. I don't want you to, I want this momentum. Keep going.
We'll pick it up on the way back.
Oh, I got it.
This is where I wish I had a double auger on the front. If I had a double auger, it would take all this material from the top to the bottom and really pull it in better. But I just have the one little auger on the front, and it doesn't handle it as well when it's 2 feet deep like that. Frosty does not want to go into the auger when it's 2 feet deep. Stop and go and stop and go and stop and go.
No, we got the snowstorm now, and we're getting it all cleaned up right now. We actually have really warm weather coming up. We're talking 46, 42 degrees and sunny after all of this. So we're trying to keep the side hill out of here so we don't have a bunch of water on the road, because mud season is pretty scary. What did you find? Oh, good one. Good catch. Before it like threw a pin out. Yeah.
Oh, heavens.
The fact that no bolts have broken is kind of a miracle.
We don't talk about good luck.
Okay. My bad. But you did a really good job. I remember you fixing this a lot back in the day. Now it's like today it just worked really well.
So far.
Just
got to get home now. I figured the ruts were probably frozen enough that we wouldn't be scooping up all the mud, you know. It sure could have been a problem if the road was much warmer. If it wasn't already frozen before the snow came, those ruts would have been just feeding mud through the snowblower. Now it sucked. It sounded like it was going thump, 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 thump. Like a rock was in there or something. This might be a little bit slow right through here, because this is kind of that trough that we have to try to clear out.
I can see why this is not like your favorite way to push snow. You're out there forever, all day.
Forever. It just takes so long. You can't go very fast because you gotta feed. You can only go as fast as it'll feed.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it's the only option, it's the only option.
Yeah.
But I would definitely rather zip up and down 4 times with the blade to be done with it. Well, we finished up yesterday and having everything all plowed and snow blowed. The neighbor helped out. He was plowing to the downhill side, and then I just had to work real slow through all the snow to try to get the downhill shoulder, that whole pile, and throw as much of that off as I could, which is good in one way. It's less passes, but in the other way, it's just really slow. We got about another 6 inches or so, 6, maybe 8, 6, something like that, of snow overnight. So I'm gonna get the tractor started, really fluffy and light. So I'm hoping that that will translate into a faster pace if it's not been plowed. I might have to make more passes, but at least I can go at a faster pace and just really throw the snow and get moving through it. I'm gonna start with my roads and then move on. Ola and Everest had to work today, so they'll be on their way home in another hour or 2. And if I can get it snow blow down on the main road before too much traffic gets on it, it will likely just be easier to cut right through it and go. Let me get the tractor started so we can get it warming up. I did park it up here in the shop rather than down under cover last night. I knew it was going to snow on it a little bit, but sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to try to make it back uphill. And I find it's just easier to start from the uphill and work down when it snowed a lot. All right, we'll just brush this stuff off, let that warm up for a few minutes. We'll go start plowing again. Okay, what I saw so far just clearing here in front of the shop is that I can move quite a bit faster, like 2nd or 3rd gear in low range instead of 1st gear, and clutching and stopping and letting everything catch up. But I'm also noticing just a slight just the slightest amount of breeze is throwing it right back in my face when I'm going that direction, when I'm headed north. Hopefully, won't be too big of a deal. I can get through our roads and then I can get down. If I have to, I'll go get a, what do we call them? Yowies, I think they call it. They're like a fabric tube. I'll put that over my face. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Just keep floating that way, that's fine. Go a little quicker, let's see. Bar's keeping up. Oh, nope, here it goes. Slow down. Okay, we got that fixed. The old chain had a crack in another link, and it looks like that's happened to me a few times last year because there were 3 master links all total in that length of chain. So Everest was at work and I just had him run in and grab some new chain and new links. So let's put a new chain on it again and we should be in good shape. Stuff back on again and we'll go back to plowing this. Ugh. I got about 3/4 of my roads done. I still need to go up to the animal pen because we got to take them a bale of hay today. And I've got to do the rest of the driveway in front of the house. And I think that's pretty much got most of my road. Okay. Of course, I plugged that sucker tight. Awesome. Didn't want to blow that all into the chicken coop. Did a little bit. And as a result, I did my favorite thing. Plug that damn chute right up. Hopefully that's the last time I do that today. That's such a pain. Let's get down near the driveway, and then we can get onto the main road. Oh yeah, love it when it blows on the face. But we got some sun coming out, which is nice. Man, it's a beautiful day out here now. Goodness. All the snow stuck all over the trees. Sun and the blue, everything. Man, it's just beautiful. Can't complain about this life. Nothing like that. Okay, time to rock and roll. Oh yeah, be a lot of good clutching fun out here today. Well, let's see how much fun it's going to be put right back in our faces. Nice, plowed that pretty good. There's about a 3 foot by 3 foot windrow out there. Slow and go will be the name of the game, I can see. I don't love that blowing in my face. Like I said, when we get doing that, if it's coming off powdery like this, I might tip that right down and shoot it right down. Kick over the top of the big windrow and out into the trees, but it'll definitely save me. It makes a nice, warm, sunny day, terribly cold day. Good hell. This is so freaking annoying. Everything was working fine, and then it just isn't. Now the damn shear bolt on the damn shaft is... Okay, you know the usual.
we'll get in there, rinse it all off with hot water so it's accessible, and then I'll put a new bolt in the drive gear, and then we'll get back after it. We got that fixed. Now, in the essence of time, I'm only gonna go down on the main road and just hit the spots that are really narrow. There's a few sections that are like that. I'm sure they're pretty narrow right now. I'm not gonna bother with the whole road. I'm just gonna hit that because he's done a good job plowing. It's mostly, everything's opened up, but where that road is narrow already, I'm gonna make sure that it's wide enough to pass through there nicely. I need to kind of hurry because now it's getting kind of late, but I still got to get this snowblower off, get the loader on, and get a bale of hay and get it up to the cows and the horses. I don't want to keep messing around with this all day. I don't want to spend hours down there and have to be dark and then try and feed them in the dark, and it's just a lot harder. So I guess I should check that. I just put it together and knew it was gonna work. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. This corner is kind of a blind corner, so I like to try to make sure that there's width for 2 vehicles through the corner, just in case nobody wants to come up on this corner and find there's another car coming just as fast. You're both on ice and you stop. One other blind corner, and then we start into the narrow section. Just get through this little bit, and then get over there. This is the other blind corner, and then it gets real narrow going through this strip. Trees grow in, and so you don't want to get your tractor out there and get wiped out by the tree branches, especially our neighbors, because he's got a cab, and that's, you certainly don't want to get too close to the trees with that. May or may not look like it, but I think the storm is finally tapering off. Since we last snowblowed, we got another 4 to 6 inches of snow everywhere on the ground. And I think it's finally letting up. I think it's supposed to blow out for the most part this afternoon. I don't know if it's gonna stay gone or what, but I gotta go get the loader off. I had to put it on to get a hay bale up to the hay eaters. Pull the loader off and get snow blowing. I didn't park it down under the shed. I could have. I just knew I'd be back up here in it. Probably could have, probably should have, but it'll only take a second to get it roomed off, and parked under the shed or parked out here doesn't really make any difference of the cold start. Still the same temperature outside here. It does just make the difference of not having it covered in snow, but yeah, really the only drawback to using the snow blower is about every 6 days I've got to get a bale of hay up to the cows and the horses, and in order for that to work, that means I got to take the loader on and off and the snow blower on and off. That's the only drawback, and it's not that big a deal. The process goes pretty quick. This loader's not complicated to put on and off, thank goodness. And I just want to make sure it's like down on the ground. All right, let's get the snow blower on. Well, let's see if we can drive into that thing this time. Sometimes we hit it just right, and other times a little bit of work. Well, I think we got it. Homemade. There we go. Now, this isn't complicated, but it's just the 2 pins at the back that lift and hold the gearbox up. All right, so I guess we'll start with right here. Might as well make sure everything moves, not frozen or anything. Hate it when that picks up gravel, but that's all you can do when you're on a gravel road. Can't ever not pick some up. All right. Guess it's time to get serious now. Not quite. I still need to go up the rest of the hill. I just went here to the bottom. Not a fan of that blowing back at me. Sometimes it actually goes better by blowing like the equivalent of back over my shoulder, because it's all moving that way. It doesn't have a chance to get caught in the wind. There's enough momentum to shoot it past rather than floating forward and blowing back. It's time to get serious, I guess. So we'll go in and get some cold and wet gear on, and then we'll keep going. It's not blowing on me, getting myself all soaking wet. That's the worst part. You get wet, then you never get warm.
Head back up. I just wanted to clean up the bottom down here, and then I'll make my passes back up and clean up at the house. Then I'll come down and hit the road.
You're drying up your coat and you're thawing out your possible bolt.
Yeah, the bolt on the drive sprocket for this thing behind it on that shaft. That's the worst part about the heavy wet snow, is it's heavy and wet and dense and strong, and a lot of force goes against things when it's like that.
Do you think this is the last of this storm?
Oh, I hope so. I think it's supposed to be, I think the storm warning is actually supposed to be here until tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
But the last, I don't know, 12 or 20, last little bit overnight, it's been just barely trickling any snow.
Yeah. I'm so glad you have hot water available in the shop. Seriously.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Well, by the time you're done with this, all your coats and stuff will be dry and we'll go back out there.
Yep. Like across the top, across the back, and underneath. So I have to be looking at it from the front, but I can't get under the front because you can't get under it, and it's just such a pain in the butt to get to it just to see. It's the worst part about the shear bolts. See how deformed that is? It should be nice and straight. When they shear, they deform, so the sucker wouldn't come out of the hole because of how bad sheared off to the edges. So it wouldn't come out of the hole, and that's what I've been fighting, is trying to get this damn thing to come out. So I can put another one in and wait for it to do the same thing.
Yeah, are you good now?
Oh, yes, I've calmed down from my tantrum of this bolt.
It took you like 30 minutes to get it out, and then and I was thinking, oh, he's gonna be a while, and then all of a sudden you come back in like 2 minutes. You're like, okay, I'm ready to go now. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I thought I had more time.
Like, it shears. The only effort is to put the bolt in and tighten it down. As long as you can get the dang bolt out. A lot of times it shears and it just falls right out. Sometimes, not so much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it deforms like crazy, and then
I'm not sure how I feel about this breeze. I was walking behind you and I was getting the blowback from the snowblower, and
yeah.
and then I thought, oh, I bet Mark's getting it worse.
Yep. That's the game. That's the adventure.
Yeah. Oh well, this might be the last time you do it.
You want to ride down with me to the bottom and
Nope.
start?
I'm walking. I want to stay warm.
Well, I'm hauling ass.
Go. Me too. I'm fast. I'm fast, man.
Okay.
I'll keep up
See
with
you when
you.
you get there, then.
See you when I get there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get there.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I'll get there. Don't you worry about me. Just don't break a bolt. This is it. Oh,
Everything turning like it should?
looks like it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's going so fast. Baloney. Look, I already can keep up with you. It's like a sheet of ice.
Awful.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to ride down?
Yeah, I'm positive. He's not even going that fast.
Well, you said you wanted to start running, so I guess that's it.
I don't know what you said.
Usually go 2 gears faster than this when I'm just driving down the hill, but I don't want to leave it up and keep jogging behind me. Looking back to make sure it doesn't have a misstep, or, but to be fair, running downhill is the easy part. Oh, okay.
I quit running because I didn't want to fall.
That's all good. I just didn't want to lose you. Well, let's see what we can do with this. I think we can move along there. We're going in 3rd gear now. Not too bad. Feel it loading up a little bit, but just right.
Okay, I'll come up with you. I can't keep up.
Good.
Don't run me over.
Well, you like to stand right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
You silly kid.
Okay.
I'm going in 3rd gear. Low range in 3rd gear.
Where's that mean?
Well, all the other times I was going in low range in 1st gear. That way, push the clutch, stop, slow down, and stop.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't been clouded, but you can get through it a lot easier because it's not all condensed into one road.
Oh.
Go faster, get a few more passes. I don't know which way is better.
Well, Mark's on his way back. It's still so nice outside. I thought I'd be cold, and I already took my hat off, and every time I put my yowie on, I feel too hot. And Mark has a love-hate relationship with that snowblower. It does a beautiful job, but boy, it comes with its own issues. I don't think anything is meant to last up here on this mountain. But he has replaced almost every part. It has ran its best this year, and thank goodness we don't have to use it all the time. But it does a really, really good job, that's for sure. Oh, I thought he was gonna offer me a ride. I was gonna say no anyways, so.
You want to catch a ride?
No, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm having a good time just walking.
Okay.
So,
Just wanted to make sure.
okay.
All right, I'm gonna, I guess, just keep
Got
going.
like ice buildup.
Yeah,
Can you feel it when you're snow blowing?
I chunked a lot of it off.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I had to do that and get 4 inches of this off of me. Right up through here, and the wind changes directions, and it hits right up against the road.
It was windy, and I thought, oh, I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It just buried in snow. You know, good time.
It's insulation, babe.
So it's insulation, except for once it melts, now you're soft and wet. cold comes against you and you freeze. But we can
Oh, you're almost done.
yeah, it's all good.
The roads look awesome. Yeah. I'll see ya. Love ya. Good job.
Oh, well, today has been an adventure with this snowblower. I got out here about 11 o'clock to start, and I broke it 3 times in like 2 hours, and then I had to go run into town and get parts. So I have such a love-hate relationship with this snowblower. Granted, it's been well used and it's worn. I've replaced a lot of things on it, and it's pretty much replaced other than the metal and stuff like that. But I started out and I had a bolt that was sheared on the drive sprocket. Now, to be fair, that had a heavy duty bolt in it, like a grade 8 bolt in there, and it worked fine. I only had some grade 3 bolts here to replace, so I've been having to replace that bolt a bunch because it's really heavy wet snow, and that bolt just keeps shearing because it's so heavy and wet, and I've only had grade 3 bolts that were big enough. So today I went in and got some grade 8 again, so that problem should go away now. Shouldn't have that issue anymore. I did have one other part, and that was the chain coupling on the back drive shaft. There's 2 sprockets, and it uses a double roller chain to couple the 2 drive sprockets together. It's a way of giving kind of a little bit of flex on that joint and some give. That came apart because I was missing one of these bolts. That bolt holds this gearbox all in place and keeps it positioned. With that loose, the gearbox could move, thereby moving the pitch and angle of that gear. So that caused a problem. That gear came apart. Well, not the gear, the chain came apart. So I had to go in, get the bolt that was missing, get the replacement chain that came apart, and then get some of the grade 8 bolts for that sprocket that's been shearing on me today. I think this is the last of the storms to worry about with the snowblower. So we're now sitting in that somewhere like 30 to 32 inches of snow in the last week. So it's just been a lot, and it's been heavy wet snow. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and like 32. And then from there on out for the next 10 days, it's supposed to just get warmer, warmer, warmer. I think it's peaking around 50 degrees for 2 days in a row, somewhere in the next 10 days. We're supposed to be in the mid to high 30s every day at least. So it's gonna warm up, which means all of this heavy wet snow is gonna turn into water. The roads are gonna start to expose, which is gonna turn them into mud. We're gonna have chances of refreeze, which is gonna turn it into frozen ruts. It's just gonna be that kind of game for a minute. I debated on just leaving this snow as it is. It's not that bad, about 4 to 6 inches on average. And we can definitely drive over it. Snow packs down and it's no big deal, but that's that much more water that's gonna be on the road that has to come off the road as it starts to melt. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it all cleared. So now I'm gonna get my gear back on. We're gonna go out. I think the snow's finally letting up. It was supposed to be done around 2. It's now 2:30. Looks like they're still kind of socked in outside, and I don't see much in the way of snowflakes, so hopefully it's okay. I think we're gonna get stuff up here, work our way down, and as we get down to the shed, I'm gonna have to fuel up before we get out and doing too much crazy. Hopefully everything we've done today works flawlessly. This is working out pretty well. Call me superstitious, maybe. I don't like to talk about it when it's going well very much because that's right about the time that something breaks. But hopefully it just keeps trucking along. This might very well be the last time we have to use this year. Okay, we're going to clean up this last little approach of our driveway here. A few more passes and kind of clean the road. I'm going to go up and get some fuel in the tractor
Then we'll get out, hit this main road. Hoping I can hit it with like second or third gear. Sure, I can hit it in second. Hoping I can hit it in third and I can get the heck done. But might not be able to feed that much into it. We'll just see. Maybe I can do third gear downhill. Gravity helps me go and I don't need the horsepower to pull the tractor along. Uphill, probably second gear, so I can keep it in the horsepower and keep that blower going. All right, let's go get fuel. For those who are curious, we do get a touch of snow in the front of this shed, but nothing more than I expected. Honestly, we have like, if I can see it from a better angle, you can see it comes in about 2.5 feet at the most, but it's only a skiff covering, and right at the front of it, it's, you know, that's where it gets piled up. So it really doesn't come in. It's just not a big deal. And it wasn't built with the intention of this being a completely sealed, dry shed. I knew there would be some amount of moisture and snow that would come in on the front of it, but I also knew it wasn't going to be anything substantial. For a gravel floor, it was going to be just fine. The major fact is all the equipment back in here is clear. I don't have any of my stuff buried in snow all winter trying to find it. So it's exactly doing the purpose intended. The hay staying nice and dry, barley as well. What the hell is that? Stupid rocks. Hate that. Fingers crossed. No problems. Goes swell, goes smooth, and we just get the job done. Let's go to third gear. See what we can do with third gear. Low range. Pulling down a little bit, not much, just barely. Might even be able to go fourth. Yeah, buddy. Sure, we'll switch back down to third gear and see we're building up the front now. Go too fast, it just piles up a big wedge. So, third gear it is. Take it for what it is. At least we're in first gear.
Well, we got it done. I was able to go way faster today. The wind was mild and it stayed out of my way, so it wasn't a problem, and I was able to blow at a pretty good pace. I was actually able to go in third gear, low range, which is way better than normal. Usually I'm in first and low range, so you know, instead of going at first and low range, I think I'm doing like 1/2 mile an hour, 3/4 maybe. Third and low range, I'm able to do like 3 to 3.5 miles an hour. I couldn't keep that pace completely, but I could pretty well keep it in that gear and go for it. So it took me 3 hours, just over 3 hours, to get the main road, not counting the little bit of cleanup I did on our roads and driveway. And it turned out to be really nice. It's cooling down now. It's getting a little bit later. We'll see what it does tomorrow. It should be not quite too warm, but it should be sunny, so that might be all right. Get a little bit of a slow melt started, but it worked out. Hopefully that's the last time we have to use that thing this year. Might be going right back over to loader and blade and scraping off mud. Who knows? We'll see what we deal with.